Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ritu Podcast Show, where I bring in interesting people to share their journeys in life with you, which can be motivational and inspiring in many ways for you all. And I know I'm coming back after a hiatus. I missed you all. I hope you all missed the podcast too. But now I'm back, and I have a very interesting guest today with me. Rema Singh. Um, she is a holistic healer and a life coach. She's a founder of Seeds of Wellness by Rema. She's also a host of a Mind and Body Achievers Club podcast, and she's a creator of high impact transformational programs that rewire your reality fast. Now, I am intrigued by that. I'm sure you all are too. So, without further ado, we will go deep into what Rima does and why she's here and what she's going to share with us. So, welcome, Rima, to the Ritu Podcast Show. How are you today?
Good. Thank you, Ritu, for having me. It's such a pleasure to be spending this time with you and your audience. So thank you for having me here.
Great, 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 Rima. So we're going to go right into our podcast, Rima. I know we have very little time and a lot to explore. So getting right into it, Rima, uh, for the people who are meeting you the first time, can you share what led you into holistic healing and how Seeds of Wellness by Rima was born?
Sure. So it was my own body actually that was asking for help that led me into holistic healing. I had thyroid issues, specifically hypothyroidism. And with that came the exhaustion, the brain fog, the mood swings. And I felt like I was functioning, but deep inside, I was not really living. I was carrying forward with all responsibilities and work and home, but something felt amiss, something felt lacking. And then, like so many women, I started doing all the right things, right? Taking the medicine, the supplements, the walking, the yoga, everything that I could think of, started to do that. It did help, but underneath, there was still something that I felt was stuck. And that's when I realized that, it wasn't just my thyroid that was inflamed. It was actually my emotions and my voice. And with thyroid comes weight as well. So what was really heavy wasn't just the body, it was also uh, the pressure I was carrying, the dense emotions I was carrying. And then I started to listen to myself more and everything began to shift. So, and at that time, I would say my thyroid also healed after I started to listen to what my body was really trying to tell me, what was the message behind it. And the
Right.
healing wasn't just physical, it came from deep recognition of what was inside me that I didn't know until then, right?
Yeah. So
And,
that was going to be my question, Rima. How did you find that calling, right? Because we all are, we all think in some way that, oh, this is not working for me, oh,
right.
exercising is not working, yoga is not working, my doctor can't help me. So, how did you get that awareness of looking into somewhere else to like try to heal that?
So deep inside, since I was young, I knew that, our body carries wisdom. Our
Mm,
words, our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs, they are very powerful. And through that, we can change our vibration frequency, our energy. And based on our energy, the body adapts and adjusts. So what really confirmed that was, Ritu, within 6 months of me understanding this whole thing that I was trying to figure out, I was able to heal the thyroid. And, it got confirmed through my blood work that 6 months ago, the number was this, and later, 6 months later, it went down. So
yeah,
it was a one-on-one, literally evidence right in front of my eyes that if I'm able to work on what I am feeling more than what I'm eating or doing, uh, I am more closer to my true being. And when you're more
mm-hmm.
full and more aware of who you are, everything else is a bonus then.
Yeah,
The
no,
foods that you eat, the exercise, but the foundation is really what is happening on the inside. And
yeah,
it's a very important thing I tell everybody that I work with, and I remind myself also that Every symptom that we have, thyroid is a symptom, diabetes is a symptom, depression is a symptom. These symptoms carry a story,
Right.
and every story carries a truth that we have hidden and is waiting to be heard. So if we
Yeah.
get this part right, all of these start to untangle, and then you see better
Yeah.
with everything else you're doing.
It's
So
true. It's true. And we keep hearing all these things, Rima, that everything starts within us, right? That our body and mind has the power to heal itself, right? And if we tap into that energy, and if we tap into that healing power, we can heal ourselves from within, right?
yeah,
So definitely everything that you're saying is making sense, but it's just that, there is so much noise around us, so much social media, so many people telling us different things and how and what to do. If it comes from someone who, specializes in this, who has education experience, in this subject, it definitely reassures, these ideas, and to navigate how we can get also started on that journey, right? So to say.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So yeah,
awareness is key here, and we
yeah,
don't heal by doing more. We're always looking for new ways to solve the problem. But we know we can really heal by listening to what our body is asking for in a better way, rather than
yeah,
trying
yeah,
multiple things. So, and that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
my Seeds of Wellness by Rima was born, and it's more
Okay.
like a path, a
Yes.
path for everyone that is doing everything right again, but still
Yeah.
not feeling good or still not feeling fine.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
something else that's underneath, and that's where I like to go and figure out and help.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
really going on underneath? What are you
That's
really feeling?
true. That is true. And sometimes I feel, Rima, when you know the reason,
Yeah.
you are on a better path to heal, because sometimes when you're confused and you don't know what's happening, that comes in the way of like getting better, right? So if you know the reason why this is happening, at least that's how it helps me. If I know why something happened, it just helps me process it better, and then like try to rectify it in a way that it's required to be
You are so
done.
right. And when people come and talk to me, they're talking about things that they haven't even thought about. And it comes to surface, it comes to awareness. And only
Yes.
when it comes to awareness, you can change it. If you don't know,
Yes.
you can not really change it. So as they're
Right.
speaking, they are like, this, I didn't know this was bothering me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we are able to, acknowledge and say, okay, let's figure out how to take it out of your system. And
Yes.
the
Yes.
very, very standard line I tell everybody is that, our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, patterns don't have any other place to go than stay in our body. So we
And
got to find it in
manifest
the body.
in like
Correct.
whichever
So we
ways,
have to
right? Yeah.
actually find it in our body. We cannot
Yeah.
expect that it's going to magically disappear.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to actually do the work and say, hey, I'm feeling this. Where am I feeling? And let's
Yeah.
get it out so I can feel lighter.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's great, Rima. Thank you for sharing that. That's really insightful. So, keeping our conversation going, Rima, I wanted to ask you, you guide people through detoxing, on an energetic, emotional, and physical level, right?
Mhm.
So, can you explain what holistic detox really means, and why it's so much more than just any other alternative way to detox, right?
Yeah. That is such a deep and profound question. Most people are running after detoxes that are talking about green juices and sugar-free diets and, skipping coffee. And yeah, it does include what you eat and breathe, but also that's again the surface layer. True
Right.
detox clears energetic and emotional inflammation. What are you really hiding from others? What are you really absorbing? What are you really suppressing within you? There's a lot of us are carrying, silent burdens that we don't talk about. And our liver is not loaded with oils and fat. It's also loaded with resentment and anger. It's one of the primary organs that stores anger, right? So
Wow.
in my work, I look at all of these different levels, like or layers rather, physical, emotional, energetic, and then I use different tools to address it. Physical, obviously, we do it through food, through movement. through lifestyle choices. You know, what time we sleep, what time we wake up, and all of that comes under lifestyle, what you eat. And then on the emotional level, I use tools to firstly recognize our emotions and then release them. And all the survival loops that we are running,
Mm,
just keeping us away from, living freely and happily.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that comes under the emotional layer. And then we go into the energetic, which is, working more through breath work, sounds, words, intention, and what's really going on the inside,
Right.
because we are just a match to what's on the outside.
Right.
So the
Right.
outside is not what you want, and so that means there's something going on the inside. So,
Mm,
what you it's not only about what you're changing on the food plate.
yeah.
It's what's really going on here in your heart,
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
system. And
Yeah. And it makes sense, Rima, what you're saying, because sometimes, we all know what we have to do, right? We know we have to eat right. We know we have to exercise. We know, but then what is it that, stops us or prevents us from doing that, right? If somebody is lying in the bed and knows, okay, it's good outside and I should just wake, like stand up and go out. And why would they not do that, right? Something that's like, keeping them stuck or not being able to act upon these instincts, which are correct, right? So I
yeah,
think a lot of this healing that you're talking about can actually help with that, right? Like, I know I want to go out for a walk, but why I'm not going, right? I
yeah, and
know that I should be eating.
those are the things. Sorry to cut you off, but those are the things that really got me deeper into other protocols. I was working with people who were benefiting right away. There were some that were taking some time. The motivation was dropping, or they are doing everything but still not seeing the results. And that got me into further deeper work, actually, where I started to look into something called soul level detox. So, what's happening really at the karmic level, at the akashic level,
Wow.
what is really holding them back? Because there are some,
Right.
if you look into the soul work, which is another domain I tap into,
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
what's really holding you back? Are there some loops? Are there some generational, threads that are tying you and you're not able to move forward? So that
Right.
also helps, just get to the bottom of where is the root of this problem. Because
Correct.
if you're
Correct.
just managing the surface level symptoms,
Yeah.
you may go two steps ahead and then come back to point zero again, right? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'm not gaining the momentum I'm based on at least the efforts I'm putting. So that's another level that I unlocked for a lot of people, and they found profound changes coming out of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
extra results, because uh, it is so it is happening at a much subtle layer, rather,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is not
Yeah.
visible. For us, only a
Yeah.
physical is visible, but what is really happening is on the subtle layers, which, when worked on, just makes you go a little faster and more efficient. You become more efficient in whatever you're doing. So,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
holistic detox overall, I would say, is when you really stop abandoning yourself
Right.
and
Yeah.
start to
And,
show
and
up
that's such a
for yourself.
beautiful way to put it, Rima, because what I'm gathering from listening to you more and more, it feels like, you know, an analogy that can fit right here is, we're just untangling a big knot one
Yeah.
by one, right? Because it's not just one aspect of something that's causing a disease or depression or any sort of discomfort in your life, right? It's just not this one aspect, right? It's everything that's coming from even your past life,
Yeah.
or your childhood, or how you've lived your life and the stress that have gone through mentally, emotionally. Because I feel like, Rima, and most of my audience is our age, who
Mm-hmm.
have kids either going into college or getting ready to go to college, or maybe a little bit younger kids. And we've all gone through this life of coming to US and getting settled here and face the challenges and everything. And when we are younger, we like strive through it and we push through it, but then it also impacts our body and soul and mind in ways that can manifest at a later time too, right? Because at that time we don't realize like how what our body is taking to push through at this moment, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it really
to your point, yeah, we are carrying our past life, generational stuff also, but the majority of the stuff that's happening inside, or what we have saved or stored in our body, is coming from when we were in our mother's womb and
wow,
through the age of 14. So that
wow,
really is forming a lot of the beliefs, the patterns that then we are finding hard to change after a certain age,
exactly.
and then unfortunately we pass it down to our kids.
Yeah,
And so it's just recognizing that I need some help here, and I need to figure out
yeah,
where
yeah.
really is that biggest knot for me, and
Right,
just
right.
do
Yeah,
that, work on that, and then
yeah.
everything else I'm going to do is going to really work. Otherwise, it's very frustrating when you're working on diets and working out and you're still not feeling the results. It's extremely frustrating to
Yeah, it is. It
to
is.
feel like
I
I'm doing
agree.
my 100% and I still don't see it. So rather just
Yeah,
go back to my old ways of eating
yeah.
junk and sitting and watching TV and just feeling my life is miserable.
It's true.
So
It's true.
it just
I agree. Yeah.
heartbreaking when that happens.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you are doing a great work, Rima. I must say that because you in today's days and lives, it's not new to understand that what
Mhm.
we just discussed in the beginning is just not on a physical level, right? Even scientists and researchers have found out that there is something more, not just which is just what we see on a surface level. They talk about quantum physics and many other things which you know seem to be not something that you could trust, or you would just think it's fad. But now we know that that's not true. It actually is something that affects each of us in ways that we can try to like ignore it, but it is there, it exists, and it affects us. So thank you for sharing all that information, Rima. I'm sure my viewers also are enjoying this as much as I am. So, getting into my next question, Rima, I would like to ask you. Uh, Let me see. I have my notes right here. So, your work blends, breath healing, energy work, sacred code words. Uh, so, how do these practices help people shift their frequency and transform their lives? Like, just give me, say, an example of somebody who came to you and you don't have to go into specifics, but just for my people or viewers to know like how it works, like what did they come to you with, and how did you use all these holistic techniques to help this person or in general.
Sure. So, see, one thing through my years of experience and working on myself first, that we don't change through information. There's a lot of information now available, but what we change through is activation. And some change through breath. What I mean is some change how they are feeling by using the breath to calm the nervous system. For some, they need some intentions, rituals, and words to bypass the mind. So really depends on what works for each one, case by case, that I go on and then say, let's do it this way, right? So these are all different languages that a nervous system recognizes. And some may
Got
feel
it.
bigger shifts with one language versus another language,
So
right?
basically, what works with one may not work for the other, and then
Right.
you
It's
you
very, very
diagnose it, and
personalized.
yeah.
It's very, very
Okay, okay.
personalized. Some may enjoy more of the, just sitting quiet and breathing. Some just don't want to sit with themselves,
Right,
want
right.
some activity based healing, and there's so many ways you can really resolve the challenge. It's not necessary that it has to be this way.
Okay.
So I myself didn't feel like meditation was the answer for me at
Right,
that point, so I never
right.
explored that for myself, but for somebody else it is, so I give them
Yeah.
that, which will help.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And in terms of an example, recently I was working with somebody who had challenges growing her business. And when we tapped into the energy work, because that's really where my I like to go into and see what's happening there. So I did my reading. I do use tarot as well. So I did a reading for the person, and we found out that this person is running five parallel versions of her. So,
Wow.
we are living in this present moment, but we're also carrying some versions of us. And those versions are stuck in some timelines where, one will say that, I will never make money. One will say, oh my God, if I grow, then how will I take care of my family? While this current version is saying, I want to make the money so I can pay my debt, right? So many conflicting versions of us are existing. So for her, it was five. And
Wow.
we discussed that. And she said, yeah, I feel this and I feel this and I feel that. So we went through all of them. And then we collapsed those and just got the energy to this present moment. What do you really need? And just last night,
Wow.
she told me about, Rima, I finally have a new person, new contract come in for me after so many months. So
Wow.
we are trying to achieve something, but then there's something holding us back.
Right, right. So your healing is not just for, health or diseases, but it could be any aspect of life, right?
I
If
mean,
somebody is
yeah.
struggling with anything in their lives, there's some reason to attribute it to, right, why this is
Yeah,
happening, and
because
then going
everything
to
is
that.
energy.
Yeah,
Everything is
right,
energy. Money is
right.
energy. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
everything is energy. And
right.
if you can understand the core pattern behind that energy, and you're able to either, work on correcting it or boosting it, depending on what you
Yeah,
want. And
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
able to do that, you will see the results.
yeah.
Otherwise it's again very superficial.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. No, this is amazing, Rima. And so, like, for my viewers who may want to contact you or have questions for you, you know, tell them, like, actually, I wanted to ask you, like,
Hmm.
even before they reach out to you, right? Like, if someone is listening who feels stuck, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, or physically, what is one powerful first step they can do today to start elevating their vibration, right? Like, um, coming from you, like as an expert, like what can they do? The first thing that they could do to like
Hmm.
approach this or try to even think this could work or the life
Right.
could be better.
What I can say is that we hear a lot about positive, stay positive, but you don't really raise your vibration by being positive. You raise your vibration, a simple tip would be by being honest. You know, don't try to fix everything and everyone. Just pause and be honest and ask yourself one question. Where am I pretending to be okay, but I'm not?
Right,
When you
right.
become aware of that, that moment of truth is actually going to give you the support you are looking for, because you're really connecting with yourself and saying, yeah, this is what I need,
Yeah,
versus everything else that you don't need. There's an exercise I do with people where I go 7 layers deep, and what they think they want or the reason why they want is so different from the actual bottom line reason, what's driving that desire. So
yeah,
when you just become aware of that, you will really shift your vibration big time. And after that, take one moment of your day that's just for you. And in that moment, just say, everything that is on mine, I'm going to release today. And this moment is for me, and take a deep breath and you're done.
yeah.
Even if you start doing that, your nervous system starts to get better, because it's a nervous system play.
Right.
Everything can be a trigger, or everything can be okay. It is a trigger, but I got this. And so,
Yeah,
so you got to really, get yourself to being honest. I would just say, you know, y- just know yourself, what you actually
yeah,
need, and
yeah. Like
don't
grounding
pretend to
yourself.
yourself. Don't pretend to yourself.
At least to yourself, right?
Yes.
That's the most important
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
You know,
Yeah,
we
I know.
all are
Sometimes,
running, we all have masks, I say,
yes, and which we have
dealing
to
with
wear
others.
at some
Yeah.
aspects of our life. It's inevitable. But yeah, to be honest
But
to
being
your own
authentic and
self.
honest is
Yeah,
literally, the I would say the medicine we
Right.
need for good
Right.
health and for good in everyday life for everything basically. And
It's also freedom, don't you think, Rima? It's
exactly.
like
You're free because you don't have to even think about, okay, what do I say now? Maybe this, maybe that. You're just yourself.
you
And
just,
that's
yeah, be
liberation,
yourself.
and health is
Yeah.
liberation. And just
Yeah.
coming back to you,
Right.
we've gone really far and we just have to come back to ourselves.
Yeah, and experts like you can help people like us to connect to yourselves again, right? Because yes, you people say, and everybody says connect with you, but what are the tools to get there? What are the exercises to really uh, get it out from us, right? It's inside us, but somebody has to pull that out from within, and then once we see it, we can obviously use it for in our lives. But
And also one more
yeah,
thing I would say, have the hunger and the desire to come back to you, to be authentic
right,
you. If you don't have
right,
that desire and the you don't strive to go there, then nothing will stick. You really have to have that passion for your own well-being and know,
yeah,
I always say magic lies in action. Just
yes,
thinking won't make it happen. You have to act
yeah,
on it and know that you are so valuable. You're the CEO of your life, and that's it. You got to work on yourself so you can be a better person for everyone around you. And
yeah,
that hunger has to be there.
yeah. No, I definitely will take that with me, Rima, from today's conversation, is that you are the CEO of your life, which is so true. Like, if
Mhm.
we really believe that and really follow that, I think it can just that mind shift, that perspective is huge, right? That
Yeah.
you actually are the master of your life. But we let that go, that power go different
Mm.
situations, different people, different everything around us, right? And
Yeah.
then we are at mercy of their behavior, their whatever it is, and I know as women, we Indian South Asian women, I should say, we struggle with that a lot. We growing up and getting married and having
Many,
children. it's
yeah.
it's it's a lot.
It's a lot. And,
So
and that's why what you mentioned is actually the tagline that I use, that take the power back in your hands. The more power
yeah,
you've given away, the worse you're going to feel. And
yeah, yeah,
while taking the power back, still have the compassion to know that, everybody has a journey, everybody is going through something.
yeah,
So taking power back with humble humility, being humble,
right, right,
and,
right.
and also knowing that, you have the power to ignore what you don't want, and you have the power to just praise yourself and value yourself so much that nothing can get in its way. I really believe in that.
No, I agree with you, Rima. Thank you so much for this conversation. I personally was enriched by it, and I learned a lot, and I hope my viewers felt the same. So thank you again for coming. And I know we've been planning this for, I think, more than a year,
I know.
but it finally has come to fruition. So I'm really glad. So for my viewers, Rima, if they want to contact you, do you have an Instagram page, right?
Yes.
It's
So I
called Seeds of Wellness by Rima. Okay,
yes.
so I will urge all my viewers to go check that page out, follow Rima, and I myself went on that page and I saw a lot of ton of advice in on your page itself. So, and then if they want to contact you, they can do that from that page as well. Right.
And they
So
can also reach me via email, which is seedsofwellness dot by Rema, Rema, at Gmail.
okay, very good. Yeah. So, with that, Rima, thank you so much for coming today and sharing your knowledge with my viewers and letting them know that what you do is holistic, touching every aspect, whether it's energy, whether it's soul, whether it's physical, whether it's nutrition. It's really, your programs are holistic. So, thank you so much for sharing that. And I hope to bring you back again sometime on my show.
I would love to, and thank you so much for, patiently working through our, calendars and everything. So
Yes.
I'm
Yeah, I
honored to
know.
be here and
Yeah.
happy that we were able to share today's knowledge with the audience.
Great. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you.